One.
Hi, Beit Chavarim. This week's Parsha is Parshat Vayera. This week's Parsha, well, we'll speak about the Parsha later in a second. We learn, I think it comes up in Gemara, in Masechet Brachot, in Gemara Brachot, and also in a few other places, that there are two types of people. One kind of person, one kind of Jew, he's a good Jew, he learns Torah, he davens 3 times a day, it's consistent, it's good. There's another kind of Jew, he doesn't do that, he doesn't daven 3 times a day, he's not on that same level when it comes to learning also, but once a day, he has a real conversation with God. He tells God what really is bothering him, what he needs, what he's thankful for. He tells him straight up in English too. It doesn't even have to be in Hebrew, it doesn't have to be in any kind of prayer. He just talks to God. He says, God, you're here, this is what I need to tell you. So in this week's Parsha, we see that Abraham says, Halil alecha. Will this be sacrilegious to you? Right? These are very, very harsh words Abraham is using here while he's speaking directly to God. This comes in context when Abraham is trying to argue to God why he shouldn't destroy the city of Sodom and destroy the Sodomites. Right? So Abraham says, there's a whole argument, he says, well, if there are 50 tzaddikim, 50 righteous people, will you still destroy the city? And God says, no, I wouldn't. And then somehow, for some reason, Abraham goes down. He's 45 people, 40, 30, 20, and then until he gets to 10. But that's for another time. The main point is this whole conversation starts off with Abraham saying, will you kill the righteous with the wicked? Like, I don't know. If someone comes to you and they start criticizing you, especially if you're God, wouldn't you be so offended? Wouldn't this be crazy? We learn from this that since Abraham was so open, he told God, he had a real conversation with God, what was really bothering him, and his emunah, his belief in God was so strong. We learned from this that Hashem saved Lot from Sodom just because Abraham was a tzaddik, just because he was a righteous person that had a real conversation with God. So going back to the two kinds of Jews I was talking about before, so I pointed out the difference between them. One lives a religious lifestyle. Another one, once a day, has a nice conversation with God. And what do we learn from these two people? That in Olam Haba, the next world, they both have the same reward. They both have the same scar. Why? How could this be? Because we see in the Parsha, it's not just about davening. It's not just about learning. The main point of being Jewish is to have a connection with God. And from this Parsha, we learned that very nicely. I wish everyone a Shabbat Shalom, and I'm looking forward to speaking to you all next week.